One morning in the month of May, as from my cot I strayed, 'twas at the dawning of the moon that I met with a charming maid. Good morn, fair maiden, whither do you stray so early? Tell me now. This maid replied, kind sir, she cried, I have lost my spotted cow. No longer weep and no longer mourn, for your cow is not lost, my dear. I saw her down in yonder grove. Come, love, and I'll show you where. I must confess, and you're so very kind, said she. It's there you're sure your cow to find. Come, sweetheart, and walk with me. So if I cross the farmer's glen or go to view the plough, she's sure to call her gentle swain, I have lost my spotted cow. Two pretty boys was going to school, all in the evening coming home. Said the biggest boy to the littlest boy, oh, can you throw a stone? Oh, can you throw a stone? Well, I can either throw a stone and a little can I play at the ball. But if you come down to yon green wood, I will try you a wrestling fall. I will try you a wrestling fall. So they're away to the merry green wood for to try a wrestling fall. But big brother John strode his little penknife and stabbed William to the ground. He stabbed William to the ground. Oh, you'll pull off my white linen shirt and tear it from gore to gore, and wrap it all around my wound, that the blood may flow no more, that the blood may flow no more. So he's pulled off his white linen shirt, and he tore it from gore to gore, and wrapped it round his brother's wound, but the blood came 10 times more, but the blood came 10 times more. Oh, what will you, dear father, think tonight when I come home? Just tell him I'm away to the London school, and a good boy I'll return, and a good boy I'll return. But what will your dear stepmother think tonight when I come home? Just tell her the last prayer she prayed for me was that I might never return, was that I might never return. Two pretty boys. I'm going to be a soldier in my uniform quite new, and if they let me have a drum, I'll be a drummer too, for to march into the battlefield with a broadsword in my hand, to hear the cannon rattle and the music sounds so grand. The music sounds so grand, oh, the music sounds so grand, for to hear the cannon rattle and the music sounds so grand. Now when I was a young girl, the age of 16, it's from my home I ran away to go and serve the Queen. And the officer who enlisted me said, "You are a nice young man, I think you'll make a drummer, so please step this way, young man. Just step this way, young man. Just step this way, young man. Oh, I think you'll make a drummer, so just step this way, young man." They led me to my officer, they lit me up to bed, but laying down by a soldier's side I never felt afraid. And in a pulling off my old red coat I sometimes had to smile, for to think myself a drummer, yet a female all the while. A female all the while, a female all the while, for to think myself a drummer, yet a female all the while. My waist so neat and slender, and my fingers long and small, and very soon they taught me how to play the best of all. I played all on my kettle drum while other drummers played. I played all on my kettle drum, and I'll beat the drum again. I'll beat the drum again. I'll beat the drum again. Oh, I played all on my kettle drum, and I'll beat the drum again. So they set me up to London to be guard o'er the tower, and there I might have been until this very day and hour. But a young girl fell in love with me, then found I was a maid. She went straight to my officer, and my secret betrayed. My secret betrayed, my secret betrayed. Oh, she went up to my officer, and my secret betrayed. So my officer, he sent for me to hear if this was true, and I all for to tell to him a tale already new. "Here's a pension all for your reward," he smiled as he said. "It's a pity we must lose you, such a drummer as you made. A drummer as you made, a drummer as you made. It's a pity we should lose you, such a drummer as you made." So fare the well, my officers, you have been kind to me, and likewise all my comrades you ne'er forgot shall be. And should the British Army fall short of any man, I'll put on my hat and feathers, and I'll beat the drum again. I'll beat the drum again, you know I'll beat the drum again. I'll put on my hat and feathers, and I'll beat the drum again. Beat the drum again.
Here's adieu, sweet love line, and say 10,000 times adieu. I'm a-going around the ocean, love, to seek for something new. Come change your ring with me, dear girl, come change your ring with me, for it might be a token of true love while I am on the sea. When I am far upon the sea, who knows not where I am? Kind letters I will write to you from every foreign land. The secrets of your mind, dear girl, are the best of my goodwill. So let my body be where it might, my heart is with you still. There's a heavy storm arising, see how it gathers round. While we poor sailors are on the sea, fighting for the crown. Our officer commanded us, and him we must obey, expecting every moment all to get cast away. There are tinkers, tailors, and shoemakers lie snoring in their sleep, while we poor souls on the ocean wide are ploughing through the deep. There is nothing to defend us, love, nor keep us from the cold. On the ocean wide where we must bide like jolly seamen bold. But when the wars are all over, there'll be peace on every shore. We will drink to our wives and our children and the girls that we adore. We will call for liquor merrily and we'll spend our money free. And when our money it is all gone, we'll boldly go to sea.
Now the Queen she wants sailors to sail on the sea, which made pretty Paula stout heart for to bleed, saying, William, dearest William, don't you go off to sea. Please remember the vows that you made unto me. But 'twas early next morning before it was day. Then he went to his Polly, these words he did say, saying, Oh, Polly, pretty Polly, you must come long of me, before we are married, my friends, for to see. So he led her through groves and through valleys so deep, which made pretty Polly to sigh and to weep, saying, William, dearest William, you have led me astray, on purpose my innocent life to betray. Oh, yes, dearest Paul, it is true all you've said, for all this long night I've been digging your grave, and the grave it being open and the spade standing by, which made pretty Polly to weep and to cry. Oh, pardon, dear William, my innocent life, and I'll never regret for to be your dear wife. I'll travel old England over all to set you free. Please remember the vows that you made unto me. But no pardon, no pardon, no pardon I'll give. And with that he drew out a long dagger knife. He stabbed it to the heart, and the blood did downflow, and it's into the grave her fair body did throw. Now he buried her securely in a ball quite sound. He's not thinking her body would ever be found. Then he went on board for a sailor to go, not thinking this murder would ever outthrow. But 'twas early one morning before it was day. Then our captain come up and these words he did say, Our ship she is in mourning and cannot sail on. There's a murder on board, what has lately been done. Then up jumped one sailor, and indeed that's not me. And up jumped another, the same he did say. Then up jumps bold William to stamp and to swear, saying, Indeed that's not me, sir, I vow and declare. Then he hastened to the forecastle with speed. There he met his pretty Polly, which made his heart bleed. She ripped him and she stripped him and she tore him in three, because he had murdered her baby and she. As I passed by a riverside, and there as I did reign, in argument I chanced to hear a Carnal and a Crane. The Carnal said unto the Crane, If all the world should turn Before we had the Father, but now we have the Son. From whence does the Son come? From where and from what place? He sat in a manger between an ox and ass. I pray thee, said the Colonel, tell me before thou go, was not the mother of Jesus Christ conceived by the Holy Ghost? She was the purest virgin and the cleanest from all sin. She was the handmaid of our Lord and the mother of our King. Where is the golden cradle that Christ was rocked in? And where are the silken sheets that Jesus was wrapped in? A manger was the cradle that Christ was rocked in. The provender the asses left, so sweetly he slept on. I travel this road from the north country, all a-seeking and a-seeking for good company. But good company I never do find, nor that which shall please me to me mind, singing whack fall the day, whack fall the day, and I had in me pocket but 1 penny. So I saddled my horse and away I did ride till I come to an alehouse by the wayside. I boldly got off and I sat myself down, and I called for a jug of good ale that was brown, singing whack fall the day, whack fall the day, and I had in me pocket but 1 penny. I saw there 2 gentlemen playing at dice, and they took me to be some nobleman nice, with me swagger and rapier and countenance bold, and they thought that my pockets was well lined with gold, singing whack fall the day, whack fall the day, and I had in me pocket but 1 penny. I'm a hearty good fellow that loves a good play, and that lies with the stakes, pretty sirs, that you play. Then one said a guinea, but I said £5, and the bet it was took, but no money laid down, singing whack fall the day, whack fall the day, and I had in me pocket but 1 penny. I took up the dice and I throwed down the main, and it was my good fortune that evening to gain. If they had a 1, sirs, it'd have been a loud curse when I threw in naught but a moneyless purse, singing whack fall the day, whack fall the day, and I had in me pocket but 1 penny. Was ever a mortal a quarter so glad with the little of money at first that I had? A hearty good fellow, as most men do find I am, so now good neighbours, pray pour out more wine, singing whack fall the day, whack fall the day, and I had in me pocket just £5.3. It is of an old country farmer living in the west country, and he had the prettiest little wife that ever you did see. And the young man he come a courting her when the old man he wasn't nigh. And it's oftentimes they take a tumble among the barley and the rye. When the old man he woke all in the morning, and he found himself alone. Then he looked out of the window, and he saw his wife in the corn, and the young man he lay beside her, which caused the old man to cry, saying, "Wife, wife, I wonder at you, you're a spoiling of my rye." "Oh husband," she cried, "oh husband, it's the like I've never done before. And if you have lost one good friend, love, I've another one in store. He's a friend, love, he'll not deceive you, and if you will him employ, he'll get money enough for love to pay you for your barley and your rye." You virgins all, I pray draw near, for a pretty story you shall hear. It is of some Turkish lady brave, who fell in love with an English slave, who fell in love with an English slave. There was a ship all out of London she came, as she was sailing on the main. By Turkish pirates took were they, and they were made all slaves to be, and they were made all slaves to be. They bound us down in iron strong, and then they whipped and they lashed us all day long, and no tongue may tell that, I am sure, what we poor slaves had to endure, what we poor slaves had to endure. And one of them seamen that were there, an Englishman both fresh and fair, well, it happened for his lot to be a slave all to some rich lady, a slave all to some rich lady. And she dressed herself all up in rich array, then she went for to view her slaves one day, and hearing a moan this young man made, she went to him and thus she said, she went to him and thus she said, "Oh, I pray, what countryman are you?" "I am an Englishman, 'tis true." "Well, I wish you had been a Turk," said she, "I would ease you of your slavery, I would ease you of your slavery." "And if that you had been a Turk, then I would ease you of all your slavery work, and I myself might have been your wife, for I do love you as I love my life, for I do love you as I love my life." "Oh no, oh no, oh no," said he, "for a slave I am, and a slave I will be. I would sooner die all at this stake, before I would my God forsake, before I would my God forsake." So this lady up all to her chamber she went, there she spent the night in discontent, for Cupid with his piercing dart had deeply wounded the lady's heart, had deeply wounded the lady's heart. And she rose up so early the very next day, and with the slave she sailed away To whips and chains I bid adieu, and this will show what love will do, and this will show what love will do.
Come all you warlike seamen that to the seas belong, I'll tell you of a fight, my boys, on board the Nottingham. It was of an Irish captain, his name was Somerville. With courage bold he did control, he played his part so well. 'Twas on the 8th of June, my boys, when at Spithead we lay. On board there came an order, our anchor for to weigh. Bound for the coast of Ireland, our order did run so, for us to cruise and not confuse and face a daring foe. We had not sailed many leagues at sea before a ship we spied. She being some lofty Frenchman, come a bearing down so wide. We hailed her of France, my boys, she asked from whence we came. Our answer was from Liverpool, and London is our name. Oh, pray, are you some man of war, or pray what may you be? Oh, then replied our captain, and that you soon shall see. Come strike your English colours, or else you shall bring to. Since you're so stout you shall give out, or else we will sink you. The first broadside we gave to them, it made them for to wonder. Their mainmast and their rigging to come a-rattling down like thunder. We drove them from their quarters, they could no longer stay. Our guns did roar, we made so sure we showed them British play. So now we've took that ship, my boys, and God speed us fair wine, that we might sail to Plymouth town if the heavens prove so kind. We'll drink a health unto our captain and all such warlike souls. To him we'll drink and never flinch out of a flowing bowl.
It is of the young squire near Bristol did well, and ladies of honour they loved him right well. But it was in vain it was said, that he was in love with a pretty milkmaid. Now the squire and his sisters, they sat in a hall, and as they sat a-talking, they heard someone call. And as they were a-singing the sweet morning song, pretty Betsy the milkmaid come a-tripping along. Do you want any milk, sir? Pretty Betsy did say. Oh yes, said the squire, step in, pretty maid. But it is your fine body that I so much adore, such a love as I never endured before. Oh no, sir, cried Betsy, how can you say so? In love with a milkmaid and in such poor clothes, there are many fine bodies well built up for you, not with some poor milkmaid from the side of a cow. But a ring from off his finger he instantly drew, and right through the middle he pierced it quite through. One half he gave to her, so I have been told, and they walked out together down Blackberry Fold. As they were a-walking and a-talking, the squire did say, "There is one thing I would warn you of, my pretty maid, that if ever I force you in this open field, the first time I force you I will cause you to yield." "Oh no, sir," cried Betsy, "pray let me go free. I would have you now play no such games upon me, for I love my sweet virtue as I love my dear life." And it's out from her bosom drew a long dagger knife. Then out from her bosom this dagger she drew, and into his body she pierced it quite through. Then it's home to her master with tears in her eyes, saying, "I've wounded the squire, I'm afraid he might die." So a carriage being sent for, and the squire brought home, the doctor he was called in for to heal up his wound. His wound being dressed, in bed he did lay. Oh Betsy, was all he did say. So Betsy was sent for, and a shivering come on. "I'm sorry," said Betsy, "for what I have done. Well, this wound that you gave me was all my own fault. Don't let no such feelings still remain in your thoughts." So a parson being sent for this couple to wed, right quickly they joined in them sweet marriage bands. "'Tis best to prove a virgin, be you ever so poor. It'll make you a lady 10,000 times o'er." Blackberry Fold. Saint Stephen was a holy man, endued with heavenly might, and many wonders he did work before the people's sight, and by the blessed Spirit of God, which did his heart inflame, he spared not in every place to preach God's holy name. Oh man, do never faint nor fear, when God the truth shall try, but mark how Stephen for Christ's sake was a willing for to die. Before the elders he was brought, his answers for to make, but they could not the Spirit withstand, whereby this man did speak. While this was told, the multitude, beholding him aright, his comely face began to shine most like some angel bright. Oh man, do never faint nor fear, when God the truth shall try, but mark how Stephen for Christ's sake was a willing for to die. Then Stephen did put forth his voice, and he did first unfold the wondrous works which God hath wrought in for their fathers old, that they thereby might plainly know Christ Jesus should he be, that from the burden of the law should quit us frank and free. Oh man, do never faint nor fear, when God the truth shall try, but mark how Stephen for Christ's sake was a willing for to die. But oh, quoth he, you wicked men, which of the prophets all did not your fathers persecute, and keep in woeful thrall? But when they heard him so to say, Upon him they all ran, and there without the city gates they stoned this holy man. Oh, man, do never faint nor fear, when God the truth shall try. But mark how Stephen for Christ's sake was a willing for to die. There he most meekly on his knees to God did pray at large, desiring that he would not lay this sin unto their charge, then yielding up his soul to God, who had it dearly bought. He lost his life, and his body then to the grave was seemly brought. Oh, man, do never faint nor fear, when God the truth shall try. But mark how Stephen for Christ's sake was a willing for to die. As I walk London streets so gay, in Cheapside I lost my way, and a fair young maid I chanced to meet, with kisses all she did me treat. I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, I was up to the rigs of London town. She took me to a house of fame, and there she asked me what was my name. Then loud for supper she did call. Says she, old man, you will pay for it all. I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. Now supper been over and the table cleared, she called me her jewel and then her dear. The chambermaids prepared our bed, and the waiters brought white wine and red. I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. Now it was the hour twixt 1 and 2, when she asked me if up to bed I would go. And pretty soon I gave consent, and straight away to bed we went. I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. Now she thought by me she would have her will, but while she frisked I lay still. And as soon as she had gone to sleep, it's out of bed I'd a gentle creep. I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. I searched her pockets, and there I found a silver ring and £500. I thought that gold looked very nice. Says I to myself, this'll buy a nice brush. I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. Now you sharks and flats, wheresoever you be, mind you would take this advice by me, and treat them well whate'er betide, but look out and keep well in Cheapside. I was up to the rigs, down to the jigs, up to the rigs of London town. The huntsman blows his horn in the morning, folks go hunting, oh, and folks go hunting, oh, and folks all hunting go. But all me fancy dwells on Nancy, so I'll sing tally-ho, me boys, so I'll sing tally-ho. The fox jumped over the parson's gate, the hounds all after him go. The hounds all after him go, yes, the hounds all after him go. But all me fancy dwells on Nancy, so I'll sing tally-ho, me boys, so I'll sing tally-ho. The parson, he had a pair to wed, when the hounds come full in view, he just tossed his surplice over his head and bid them all adieu. He just tossed his surplice over his head and bid them all adieu. But all me fancy dwells on Nancy, so I'll sing tally-ho, me boys, so I'll sing tally-ho. Now never despise a soldier lad, though his station be but low, his station be but low, though his station be but low. For all his fancy dwells on Nancy, so I'll sing tally-ho, me boys, so I'll sing tally-ho. Now pass the can around, me boys, for we must homeward go, for we must homeward go, for we must homeward go. And if you ask me of this song, the reason for to show, I'll say I don't exactly know, I don't exactly know. But all me fancy dwells on Nancy, so I'll sing tally-ho, me boys, so I'll sing tally-ho.